Welcome to Alexander Mackenzie High School, which is the school we currently attend in Richmond Hill, Ontario, Canada. Within our school, we've interviewed 10 students, teachers, and other school staff about technology, the pandemic, and mental health to give you an insight into the lives of the new wave of modern teenagers native to the internet, commonly known as Generation Z.
How has social media impacted you?
I think for myself, it is addicting.
How has technology affected my life?
I want to get information media consumption takes up so much of Gen Z's lives.
People let it affect them too much, and they spend too much time on it and have a bunch of distractions.
In terms of mental health, I don't really think there are any good aspects of social media.
The use of social media and technology by Gen Z is a widely debated topic, especially since the start of the COVID-19 outbreak, where technology-based learning became widely used by schools in Ontario. In addition, there are many noticeable effects of this sudden increase of utilization, such as declining mental health, increased rates of cyberbullying, the lack of in-person socialization, and faltering attention spans.
It probably even affects our education because everybody wasn't even listening. You're sitting online in front of a computer with your phone in your hand and your AirPods in, not paying attention. So.
How has the pandemic affected you?
Affected me personally?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were kind of thrown into that, and then we're expected to come back now into this new the normal that we were never really used to. So it was honestly really weird because we were babied throughout the pandemic, where the tests were made easier, the assignments were really easy, and we had access to all the resources, and then now they're just cutting everything off, and you're expected to be used to this normal that you were never introduced to. Especially us grade 12s, from a lot of grade 9s never had a proper first semester, and then now in grade 12 we're here and our marks matter, our grades matter, everything matters, and we've never we weren't eased back into it the same way we were eased into the pandemic. We were never taken out of it step by step. We were just kind of thrown in, and we had to figure it out ourselves.
As a member of Gen Z, how do you feel about the pandemic and how has it affected you?
I think the pandemic deprived me of a lot of social skills. While I was at home for 2 years, I didn't talk to anybody, so it was really hard. And I feel like it had a completely negative impact on my life. Because think about it, you're at home, you're not talking to anybody, you completely lose all your communication skills. And it puts you in a position where you're like, okay, I need to be home. I don't want to be at school, because you're used to being home.
What do you think about kids and computers, and have they changed since the boom of technology?
Kids, computers, technology. Listen, I think that technology is a part of our lives, and since the pandemic we are seeing that technology has really brought about a lot of advancements. So I think the most important thing is to learn how to work with technology, and while we're learning about technology and how it can help us become better in what we're doing, how can we also keep our relationships?
One thing I've noticed in Ontario, as opposed to my own experience on the other side of the world growing up, is that the tolerance for mediocrity seems to be encouraged a little bit more so now than in previous generations, where we are only entitled to do what we feel like doing, and if we don't feel like doing something, that's enough of a reason to choose to not do it. There was a time when not wanting to do something was not enough of a reason to not follow through on it. So that's probably one thing I would say that I would criticize a little bit with the the younger generation is that there sometimes can be this selectivity of where you want to invest your energy, which I guess can be a good thing as well, but you don't always get to do what you want to do all the time. So being able to perform under constraints that you might not be comfortable with is still an important skill. Other than that, what else do I think of Gen Z? I talked a little bit about potential. I find with social media it's easy for everyone, not just Gen Zers, to get lost within their own bubbles. We've normalized sitting in our own echo chambers, and I feel that social media has encouraged that more so. So one thing I would probably say about Gen Zers is that they maybe need to work on getting out of their comfort zone a little bit more, just to challenge their own views about things, however trivial or however serious. Anything else about Gen Zers? Yeah, I want to say that probably captures it for now.
What do you think older generations could understand better about Gen Z?
I wish that they could understand how difficult it is to live in a world that technology is like so popularized. I don't think they understood because they themselves didn't live in it. They think that we're I don't want to say weak, but they think that we're like making too big of a deal of certain things when they themselves didn't live in that environment of like judgment. So I wish that they would know that there's a lot more there's not a lot more struggles because they also have their struggles, but it's a different kind of struggle that I don't think they understand. So I wish they knew and were more accepting of certain things.